Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'da, habita fillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A question was asked. I live in Brazil, and Islam makes up a small percentage of the population. That said, I want to go the scholarly path and inshallah become an imam. My city does not have a masjid, nor any sheikhs or anything. I have to travel 70 kilometers to the closest masjid. What would be the advice of the brothers to me? I'm 37 years old, married man with children. So as the advice would be similar to many of our brothers and sisters and those who are married and with children, is first and foremost to think about perhaps if you have the ability to make hijrah, to leave, to go live in an Islamic land or where Islam is stronger. That's first and foremost. So where you can better practice your religion, you can be around the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's deen, the masajid, the Jumu'ah, prayer, and around your brothers and sisters to help strengthen your iman. Secondly, I would advise, if that is not your intent, and maybe you're unable, but if you're able to go seek Islamic knowledge, then perhaps you can bring that back to your locality. So if you're able to go overseas, at 37, it's very difficult to get into Saudi universities, but there are still many other places to study, probably places that are open where you can go much easier than others would be going to places like Egypt. You can go study in Egypt. Perhaps in Morocco, there's places to learn the Arabic language and Quran and stuff, but you have to be a little more cautious about places to study your creed, the correct creed, the creed of Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah. So you'll find that in Egypt, in places in Egypt, no doubt, and probably in many other Muslim countries. I'm just not fully aware, even Indonesia and other places. However, be cautious about where you study and who you take your knowledge from. So I would advise you to strive to save your money to be able to go and study overseas. And if you are unable to do that, then at least study online. There are many courses. There are some institutes that are institutes of the Quran and the Sunnah and the understanding of the Salaf of this ummah. Do not go to the Deobandis, do not go to the Naqshbandis, do not go to any Sufi paths that will take you away from the remembrance of Allah, because they lie about Allah, some of them. They distort in relation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's divine names and attributes. Some of them have disbelief. I said some of them, not all of them. Some of them, they teach dhikr, they teach remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they go with extremism. They are extremists. They go beyond the bounds. Allah didn't legislate that. The Prophet ﷺ didn't do that and didn't legislate their un-Islamic practices, which they claim to be from Islam in remembering of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I would advise you to be cautious about where you study and who you take your knowledge from. And if you are able to travel and go overseas, or if not, then you study online. And there's so many now platforms, and hopefully that we'll be getting our Al-Athadi Institute back and running, which will also give you a good basic foundation of your religion according to the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the methodology of the Salaf of this ummah. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, to accept our good and forgive our evil. Bless us all with ikhlas, with thabat. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad.